Welcome to today's class on what is new to KW and with Scott Leroy Marketing. My name is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing, and just to give you an overview of what we'll be covering in today's class, we will be going over where to find the December training class calendar for Scott Leroy Marketing training classes. We'll be looking at our new support items that you can take advantage of. All of our support items that we offer here at Scott Leroy Marketing are absolutely free to you as a KW agent. So I want to show you where those are. There's some cool new tools that we have found and added for you to take advantage of for free. So we'll be covering what those new items are. I'll also be covering, there's been an eEdge import issue, getting your contacts to import into eEdge. Market Leader has been having a bit of trouble with that, so I'll be covering that as well. And very exciting, actually, KW Command. If you're not familiar with KW Command, that is the new platform that will be rolling out to all KW agents. It is just in the lab stage, so it's still testing, but they did just roll out a whole bunch of new features. So you probably actually won't have access to those quite yet unless you're far along in the labs. However, I'll be showing you what you'll have access to in the coming up months and how it is all integrating into KW Command. So it's very cool new tools they are rolling out, so you'll get a glimpse of the future of KW technology. And I'll be covering that towards the end of class here. So first of all, let me show you where the where the Scott Leroy Marketing training calendar is for December, so you can take a look at the live classes coming up. And of course, for all of our tools and our trainings, you can go to scottleroymarketing.com. You can see that on the top of my address bar here. Again, that is Scott with two T's, Leroy, Leroy, marketing.com to access our website. And when you come to our website, you'll want to scroll down slightly to find this white toolbar. So you'll need to scroll down past that large image at the top of our site, again on scottleroymarketing.com. And as a KW agent, you'll want to focus on this KW Resources tab. That is your best friend on our site here. We try to centralize all of our tools and trainings and everything for KW agents to this one tab here. So if you just hover your mouse over KW Resources, we'll actually want to come down to where it says Training. Okay, so we're just hovering our mouse over KW Resources, and then go ahead and do the same, hover your mouse over where it says Training from that drop down. And as you might have guessed, we're going to go ahead and click on that training calendar option, that top option in the drop down. All right, and just while we're here, I do want to point out that this is where all of our recorded trainings are as well. We put them in categories right under the training here. So if you don't have time to come to the live training, I know your schedules are crazy as realtors, you can always watch all of our classes recorded. If you can't sleep at 2 a.m., well, you now have a fun new video to watch. All right, and those can all be found here under training. But for now, let's go ahead and click on where it says training calendar. And when you do so, if you actually access any of our tools on our site, it will prompt you to log in. All right, and that is going to be your Market Center number. All right, so that is just the number for your Market Center, and that is the password for all of our resources on our site. If you have no idea what your Market Center number is, no worries. Let me show you where you can find that real quick. All right, so that is, I'm just switching tabs here, not to throw anyone off, but I do have my KW account also pulled up in another tab. And you will notice that you can see your Market Center number. It's on the very top right of your MyKW homepage. On the red toolbar, you'll see your brokerage name and also your Market Center number. In this case, it's that 350 here. So that is your Market Center number, and that is also the password to our website. It's just that number. So I'm going to switch tabs back to our website here. And I'm simply going to type in that 350 I found on the top right of my KW, and of course you can click Remember Me, one less thing to remember, and click Login. Alright, so once you enter in that Market Center number, it will take you on over to our training calendar section here, where you can scroll on down and it will talk a little bit about joining the live webinar. Since you're on today's class, you clearly successfully know how to sign on to the live webinar. All right, but if you're watching this recorded, this is the link you can click on to view any of our live training classes. You'll also see links right here to watch those recorded. But let's say you really like the live training, so you can ask questions and be the first to learn it. You will notice the training calendars right here, and you'll see it also with the time zone as well, depending on where you are. So go ahead if you'd like to and click on the time zone that applies to you. And it will pull up that training calendar. Now, if you are a Market Center staff or you are just helping out around the Market Center, this is a great thing to go ahead and print out and hang up around your Market Center to help other agents get onto our classes and know when the times are for our live trainings, okay, to help them out with the technology. So you will notice it goes over when the classes are, so the Tuesday training classes and the dates of those classes here. All right, this first one, the Tuesday classes, are always the My KW webinar, so it's the overview of all your KW technology and how it all works together. Really great for brand new KW agents, anyone that's new to the KW technology in general. We have a slow pace 3-hour class here if you would like to watch that in a slower pace and follow along, and then we have a faster 1-hour overview as well if you feel a little more comfortable with technology and just want to see an overview of all the KW tech. So that can be viewed here. You'll see our Wednesday classes as well for Placer and Kelly and referrals. We have our Thursday classes of dot loop and database management, and of course the Friday classes as well that you can see here. A little less training classes for next month since we have the fun holidays coming along, but you feel free to jump on these, or of course you can watch these all recorded. Now if you did go ahead and click on that training calendar, you can just go ahead and click the back arrow on the very top left of your browser here to get back to our website. It does open that in the same tab. So again, just feel free to click the back arrow on the very top left of your browser to get back to our website, or you can simply go to scottleroymarketing.com to get back to our site right away, whichever's easiest. Alright, so that is how you access our new training calendar that did just recently come out maybe a week or two ago. So that is brand new information there. So now let's take a look at all the fun free support items that we're happy to do for you. Okay, it's fun to learn all this KW technology, but sometimes it's even better for someone to do it for you. We get that. So on this KW Resources tab, again, we're going to that white toolbar and hovering over KW Resources. So just hover your mouse, make sure you're not clicking, we're just hovering over KW Resources. And now let's go down to where it says support from that drop down. You can go ahead and click on where it says support. Again, KW Resources on the white toolbar, and I'll go ahead and select support from that drop down. Okay, I guess it didn't remember me, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my Market Center one more time if it prompts you to. Really typically shouldn't, but if it prompts you to go ahead and put in your Market Center number, go ahead and do that. That'll be your password for our site. Just giving you lots of practice. And we can go ahead and scroll down to see a list of all of our free support items. So the cool thing about this is if any of these items interest you on the list, all you have to do is simply click on the item. A short form will display, just basically prompting for the information we need to get that item set up for you. Once you click submit, it'll send on over to us, and we'll let you know as soon as that's been completed. Okay, our turnaround time is 1 to 2 business days, but we really strive to get it done for you in 1 business day if at all possible. Okay, so we try and get it done as quickly as possible. So I'm going to point out our brand new items on here. Just kind of point it out, and I'll show you on a live site what that looks like so you can get an idea of what that item really does. But feel free to browse through all these items. Of course, there's a lot of great tools on here. These are in alphabetical order, so if you're following along and want to find them, they're alphabetized. First of all, the Homekeeper widgets on the left-hand side here. Okay, left-hand column, Homekeeper widgets. So Homekeeper is an app that will allow you to put all of your preferred vendors in and share that with your clients. And what the widgets do, they're pretty cool. So the widgets will allow you to do 2 things. Add to your website a widget that allows your clients to search through preferred vendors right from your site. The other one that it does, and I'll show you both of these, the other widget that it offers is a blogging widget. You guys have enough on your plate, and I know blogging sometimes is the last thing that you have time for. Well, there is a Homekeeper widget that offers blogging that will update blogs on your site as well. So let's take a look at that. So just watch on my screen. I'm going to pull up a website that has both of those items just so you can see what that looks like in case you'd like to take advantage of that. So first of all, the option that will put a widget on your site so that your clients can search through service providers on your website. Let me show you what that looks like. So we'll just have a little widget here that will allow them to do a search here, okay, in their area, and they can also search by category. They're a pretty cool tool so that they can always come to your site to if they need anything, even moving forward, right? Retention is key for your contacts, for your clients. So if you do a transaction, give them a reason to come back to your site. Let's say if they need someone to fix their roof in the future, or for home warranties in the future, irrigation, right? They can always come back to your site. You want your site to be a one-stop shop for all of their tools during their real estate process, even after closing. So this is a really cool tool for that purpose. The blogging feature, okay, so let me show you the Homekeeper blog. And I do really like this one. Again, this will add blog information to your site, and it adds updated blogs. There is a default blog that comes with your Playster website. However, it only does 5 default blogs and then it stops. So if you got your got your Playster website 2 years ago as a new agent, well, you don't have any more updated blogs. This Homekeeper blog widget will be posting new blogs and very great content from what we've seen relevant to the housing market, of course. So if you would like either one of those widgets or both of those widgets for that matter, just feel free to go ahead and click on where it says Homekeeper widgets. You can fill out that short form and we'll get that done for you. No problem. Another new one that we have is featured listings. Well, I meant to go in order, but I guess the alphabet is hard. So featured listings update here. So it's kind of to the top right there of the Homekeeper widget on the right hand column. Featured listings. So your featured listings are on your Playster website. So I'm going to go back to the Playster site to show you guys that. On your home page, you will see your featured properties on your home page of your site. Now those featured properties we can set up in a variety of ways. This agent has her listings as her featured properties, so if you would like your listings to display as featured properties, that's a very popular route to go. That will make it so any new listings you get will automatically add it to the featured properties section, so you don't have to do it manually every time, which is awesome. The other options on there are if you are a newer agent and don't have any listings quite yet, we can add your office listings there as well. Right? And another option is if you would like us to do that by zip code. If you specialize in a certain area, we can add featured properties by zip code and let's say a minimum and maximum price and so forth by certain criteria. And so all of that can be determined under this featured listings update right here. And we're happy to do that. And the form will prompt you for the information that I was just talking about that we'll need. All right, moving on down, let's talk about, let me find the next one here. Find Kelly login, right below that. So Find Kelly. Kelly is a big new tool that KW is rolling out and will really integrate with KW Command. Logging into Kelly has been a bit of a struggle in the last few months, so if you have any issues logging into your Kelly app, this page will certainly help you. There's actually videos on this page that will help you learn how to reset your Kelly login information and also how to use Kelly. So if you're brand new to Kelly and you're just starting to try and integrate it with your business, feel free to check out this page. That's a cool new tool for you guys. So that is the Find Kelly login, and that is on the left-hand column. And of course, if you're excited about multiple of these, feel free to just jot them down, and you can always come back to this page, fill out as many of these forms as you like, and we can get those done for you. All right, another big one, which is pretty cool. Let's scroll on down to the R's. So we are on Reset My KW Password. Where do you find your MyKW username? So your MyKW username is typically for the Kelly app. Great question. So for Kelly, the MyKW username and password is the same login information for your Kelly app. So whatever your login is for mykw.kw.com, that will be your login for Kelly as well. So you would have to know your MyKW username in order to log into Kelly. If you're not sure what that is typically something like your first initial, last name. If that is not working for you, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. We can see if we have your username on file. Let me send out our email address here. Yeah, so this goes for, what I'm saying here goes for your logins for the Kelly app, for my KW, for Homekeeper here. If we set you up, we most likely have all that information on file. Either way, feel free to email our support email address, which is again support@scottleroymarketing.com. We can help you, at least guide you on how to reset that information if you're not sure what that is. Okay, I know you have a million logins and passwords for everything, so it's totally understandable not to know them, so we can help you through that. All right, so speaking of that, resetting your passwords. All right, this resetting your MyKW password, that's a big one. You need to log into MyKW to access really all of your tools for right now. So if you don't know your MyKW password, you can come right in here where it says Reset MyKW Password. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that for now. It will give you some info along with some videos on extra things you need to know, but really if you scroll down, we do have a special password reset link that allows you to send it to your recovery email address on file. So we are sharing this special link with you to help you reset your MyKW password. You would have to know your MyKW username, so if you don't know what that is, again, feel free to email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We can at least try to see if we have that information on file to help you reset that right away. All right, so that's a pretty cool tool there. And I click back. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that so fast. I'm clicking back on the top left of my browser to get on back to this whole list of support items. There's just a couple more that I want to go over on this list here. We also have the updating the site slideshow, and I'm now towards the bottom of this list on the right-hand column. Okay, update site slideshow, kind of a tongue twister. All right, on your Placer website, which I'll now switch over to, and you can just watch on my screen here. You do have a slideshow of images that goes across your page here. There's about 5 images that you can add in. If you have custom images that you want added in, you can submit that on our site and we can get those added for you. They do typically need to be in the landscape, so a horizontal photo that typically works the best. As you can see, it's in a landscape view here. And typically they need to be pretty large pictures. If you're not sure on exactly the size they need to be, feel free to email us and we're happy to help you with that. All right, but that is update site slideshow there. Really great thing to do to make your website stand out is adding custom photos. And last but not least, this is a newer item and this is very cool, the Zillow review widget. So let's say you have a lot of your reviews on Zillow and you would like to have those featured on your website. If you click on this item here and fill out the form that displays, we can add that to your website. Now, the only bummer part about it is it only shows 3 of your Zillow reviews, but it gives them a link to view the others. So let me show you what that looks like to see if you'd like to take advantage of that. So this widget has been added to this agent's site. You can see the average rating here. You see the option to view all 46 reviews. And you can actually choose which 3 you would like to display here. But it will only display 3, and it's a shortened version here, but they can click on more. And once they click on more or click view all 46 reviews, it takes them over to your Zillow page, which helps drive traffic to that Zillow profile as well. And so they can view all those reviews. So pretty cool tool there to help integrate Zillow with your website. All right, and that is all the items, the new items I wanted to cover on our Scott Leroy Marketing tools, support items that we're happy to help with. Just a quick, if you want to jot down how to get here so you can come back and take your time to go through these. That is KW Resources on the top white toolbar and then support from that drop down. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about the contact import. This is not very fun news, but I just want to let you guys know about the contact import issue that's been going on with eEdge. So if you're not familiar in how to get to your eEdge contact database, that is going to mykw.kw.com, where I am here. This should probably look familiar to you. Again, that was mykw.kw.com. And you'll see it says View Contacts here. On this top center eEdge control panel box, you'll see View Contacts. And that will take you into your contact database. Now, a big item that we do for agents is we help you import your contacts into your contact database here. For the past, I want to say week or so, maybe a little longer, Market Leader, which is a company who creates a system, has been experiencing a glitch where all of your contacts are not importing in. So they are working on fixing that. They haven't given us a timeline. The issue is intermittent, so sometimes it works, sometimes it isn't right now. I would assume they'll have that fixed up pretty quickly because it's kind of a big problem there. But I just want to let you know that it's having a little trouble with the import. So as soon as that starts working again, we'll of course be able to import your contacts per usual. All right, so just kind of FYI there. So now let's get to the fun stuff. Let's talk about KW Command. And this is the future of KW technology. And a lot of you may not have access to KW Command quite yet. Again, this is in the labs, the testing phase of the KW technology. So if you did not sign up for labs, you wouldn't have access to this quite yet. If you do have access and want to go on in, feel free. Just a heads up, if you want to make note of what the login is, or where to go to log in for KW Command, that is at the top of my screen here. It is login.command.kw.com. Let me send that out here. I know that's quite a few dots there. So that is login.command.kw.com. I'll say that one more time for you. Again, that was login.command.kw.com. So a few dots in there for the time being. But you will want to put in, it's the same as your MyKW username and password if you do have access to KW Command. If you don't quite yet, there's nothing wrong with your account, okay? Most agents actually don't unless they've gotten approved for this part of the lab. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And this is a part of the class that I would really advise watching on my screen. This agent that I'm logging into is a little further in the labs process, so she did just get a whole bunch of new tools in KW Command that are pretty exciting. So I just want to show you guys what those are. So think of this as what you're going to be getting in the future of KW and what you'll be having access to. So recently, or as I've been going through all this, and we just got access to this within the last week, all these new features that is, going through all this is pretty exciting because they don't have a date rolled out officially quite yet that we've heard. They have made some hints around family reunion that they'll be starting the main rollout for all agents. That is not totally confirmed. Sorry about that. They're a little vague on the actual rollout date, but they typically do things around family reunion. They are saying that they're doing it in stages. So that family reunion is in February, by the way. So I would estimate then. But if I'm wrong, sorry. But hopefully it will be soon that everyone will have access to Command. But what I was saying is what they've done a great job of is they're all integrating it onto this one system. Right now we have a whole bunch of different systems of Dotloop and eEdge and Playster. They're all different companies and they're working on streamlining it to all one system, making it easier in the long run. So it's pretty cool as I've gone through those so far. As I log in here, it will show you all the different items that you currently have access to in your labs, and then also what's coming soon down here. Okay. So I'm going to go over what each one of these items does. Okay, I'll be going down this list here. You'll notice the icons do correlate there. And we do have a command class that goes into this in detail, so I'm going to kind of overview all of the new items so you can get a little excited about what's coming. So first of all, on the left-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and click on that second icon down there that looks like people, and that is your contact section. If you do have access to KW Command, that is the main thing that has been rolled out for agents, is the contact database portion. Adding contacts in here, okay, just a couple things that you can do, just an overview. First of all, you'll notice some commands at the top for find contact that is showing you how you can talk to Kelly and integrate it with this contact. So you can tell Kelly to find a certain contact and she can do that. You'll notice filters at the top. So you can filter to search in depth for your contacts. Okay, by email, by primary address, company, and so forth here. I know this is a quick overview, but that's what all we're going to have time for today, so bear with me. Adding new contact on the far right-hand side, of course, that's how you'll add new contacts to your database. If you want to add them in bulk, which certainly saves some time, you can do that by that import option on the top right there. Okay, it looks like a little down arrow going into a tray, maybe. All right, that is how you can import a spreadsheet in bulk. What's cool about KW Command, though, is it integrates into other platforms. So let's say all your contacts are in eEdge. Well, most agents are, right? That's where all your contacts are currently sitting. The great thing about this is that Command is and will be integrated with eEdge, so your contacts will flawlessly, in theory, move over to KW Command. So you don't have to re-import them, they will just automatically integrate over. It takes a little time to integrate it, but it does pull over all your contacts from eEdge to KW Command. That also goes for pulling over your contacts from Gmail and a whole bunch of different systems that we've seen. So pretty cool, pretty nice. It cuts out some manual labor there to just automatically pull over your contacts. So moving on this left side here, okay, I'm just moving down this list to show you a little overview of what you're going to be receiving in the future. So I'm clicking, this is the Smart Plans option on the left-hand side here. It looks like a little to-do list. This is pretty cool. So this is a newer feature as well. First of all, I'll show you some analytics right here. It'll show you your database coverage, how many contacts that you have reached out to out of your full amount here. So in your percentage of how much you are staying on top of your database. Of course, that's the best way to procure leads, is staying on your sphere of influence. We also can see how many emails you've sent, how many have opened those emails, and the percentage of that as well. Okay, so a lot of analytics right here. On the right-hand side, you'll see a great place to add reminders as well. So you can create task lists in here by simply clicking that big plus sign here to stay on top of what you need to do for the day. And they did mention that they are rolling out a new dashboard that will show you an overview of these items. So you can see that right when you log in. Right. And it looks like this hasn't been rolled out, but I can just see the buttons here. It has the My Smart Plans at the top and the KW library. So KW will be rolling out, to-do lists and action plans to help you stay on top of, let's say, if you're trying to get a listing or you have a listing and what to do next and so forth. So it looks like a pretty cool feature up here with your to-do lists and different action plans they're rolling out, or smart plans as they're calling them. On the left-hand side, I'm going down this list here, so I'm going to the icon that looks like a hand with holding a little referral, I guess is what they're going for here. So this is the referral section that is currently in your KW Connect account. And so this should look familiar to you if you have done any work with the referral section. If you have not, I do have a video. Here, let me send this over real quick here. All right, I just sent out a link that is on covering the referral class because I won't be going over this in depth during this class. You already have access to this. Everyone does in KW Connect, this new referral section. They're just integrating it into Command as well. So I just sent out a link to the referral section, to the class that covers the referral section in KW Command and KW Connect. So you can learn a little bit more about that if you would like to. This is where all referrals are going to be coming in. If you receive a referral or if you're trying to rescind a referral, this is where you'll be centralizing all of that. You'll see any invitations here. You can grow your network and so forth. Okay, so that link will help you learn that. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go down to the icon that looks like handshake. This is pretty cool. So this is called the opportunity section, and this is what most similarly to dot loop at this time, just to connect that for you. So they are calling it now opportunities instead of transactions or deals. Okay, so you'll be able to create opportunities or loops from what you've been calling them in dot loop. Okay, so you'll be able to create opportunities right in your KW Command account. You'll be able to see how many appointments you have going, how many active listings. Okay, we're in this listing section, but you can see their buyers as well here. You can see how many you have under contract, right? And you can see that little number. That's what will be under each one. And how many closed. You'll be able to see your GCI and your total here as well, and your commission amount. And from what they're saying, this will all be real time now. I know you've probably looked at your reports in the past on MyKW, and that is always currently a month behind on MyKW. It's pretty exciting because all this information moving forward, once Command rolls out, will be in real time. so you can see your cap status in real time. They actually were talking about that you can ask Kelly what your cap status is and how far along you are in paying off your cap, and Kelly will be able to tell you that in real time. So that's pretty cool, pretty up-to-date information. Scrolling down here, we do see, your ratios here, so you can keep track of how many listings and buyers and that you currently have going on. A graph here, and you can also see your closings coming up this month, right? So it's all that information. Now let me just show you how you will be able to start a new opportunity, they're calling it, or a new loop, right, for what we call it presently. And that would all be done in the contact section here, and it's pretty limited what they'll allow you to do as for now, but once you go to your contacts, how you'll start a new opportunity or new transaction is clicking on contacts. You can then search for the contact that you are working on a transaction for and click on that contact. All right, and from here, all right, it'll show you all your contact information. And on the right-hand side, you'll see the option for opportunities, right, which again is what they're calling transactions. All right, and from here, you'll notice a little plus sign on the bottom right. I know it's a little hard to see. I know this labs button's kind of covering it. But you will see the option to click the plus sign and click the little handshake, which is add new opportunity, and it will allow you to add a new transaction, right? So this is where you'll go to select your market center here. If you're a part of more than one, you can name the loop. So let's say we're naming it, I'm just used to saying loop, name the opportunity. All right, so you can name that here, decide if it's a listing or a buyer, and any of this information that you have, but you just need to fill in the items that are starred. So it's just these informations, and click Save Opportunity. Okay, and it currently wasn't working for me earlier, at least, because again, all these labs features are kind of only half rolled out right now. That's a great question if it's going to integrate into Dotloop, or if this is something brand new to learn. I'm not totally sure. From what I've been hearing and seeing, most of this seems to be replacing Dotloop. So this is where you'll be going instead to access all of your forms and do all of your compliance, make sure you have all your items in here and tracking your transactions. I'm not totally sure, to be honest with you, if you'll be using Dotloop at all to work with your clients. I know, I love Dotloop as well, I feel you. So it's not for sure. KW support will be able to tell you a more exact answer on that. So if you'd like to call them, I'll go ahead and send out the number. They'll be able to tell you if it's totally replacing it or not. Like 306-7191. So the real answer is I'm not totally sure, but it seems to be on that path. But I'm hoping not, honestly, because I love Dotloop as well. But I don't know for sure, so I apologize not to be able to give you a better answer on that. But this is the new transactions section. So yeah, they should be able to give you a better answer if they know as well. So back to the handshake section here, I just want to show you that also another cool feature, it will show you if this appointment's here, if I can click on that. So that shows me how many appointments I have set. And if I click on that, it will show me how many I'm scheduling currently, how many I have scheduled, and how many I've kept. So you can simply move that from one. So let's say I met with Mr. Leroy here, or I have that scheduled now. So I have that appointment scheduled, and then to make sure I had that kept, I can move that over. So it'll help you keep track of all of these items here, what stage you're in. So if you're a part of a team and you're working together on these transactions, you can see exactly what stage that transaction, that client is in. So that helps out. The second little handshake here, that does show you what I'm looking at. Looks like a loop view, right? It looks very similar to Dotloop. And so you will be able to click on each one of these loops, right? You can see at the top here how many you have pending and closed and so forth here and lost. Hopefully not very many on the lost side. But it will show you kind of an overview of your transactions that you have going on here. All right. Moving on down this left-hand side. And of course, way more information is rolling out on this. I know this is pretty vague information at the time being, but this is brand new, so a lot more information will be rolling out, and we'll be keeping you posted on that, all these classes of what's new with KW and SLM. That's what we'll be covering to keep you guys posted on all that. So moving down the left side here, this is a pretty cool one. I think you guys will like that. This is a lead accelerator. So it kind of looks like a speaker here. A lead accelerator, so this is your marketing campaigns right here. So the marketing campaigns, they've taken it a step further. You're probably used to the email drip campaigns in eEdge. Well, in this, it allows you to create campaigns on Instagram and Facebook ads and so forth. So just to give you an overview of what that will look like, you'll see it says create new on the top right there. That red button there. Okay, we'll take you to this option to compose a new campaign. So we can add a new campaign name. Let's say I'm naming this one, we'll do Instagram ads. Okay, so I'll name it. You can then select the channel from here. Okay, you'll notice it has options too. Oh, there's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Twitter ads, Google AdWords, Real Mailers. Looks like these are to come as well for Zillow, LinkedIn, Nextdoor. You also have the option here to decide when that's scheduled. And the budget, so how much you would like to spend per day, $10 per day, $1 per day, whatever your budget is. And last but not least, you can address your goal down here if you want to attract listings, advertise listings, attract talent, brand awareness, event awareness, or other. Okay, and then you would click configure campaigns. So it does help you. It really integrates with, you know, posting your ads on social media and getting your information out to social media and to other websites such as Zillow and so forth. So it looks like a really cool tool. Of course, more information and options will come in the future. And just a couple more things to tell you about, and then we'll wrap up class so you can enjoy your weekend here. On the left-hand side here, you will notice a little sketch pad. This is pretty cool. This is probably my favorite section. The creative side of me really likes this. All right, so like you have your marketing section in eEdge, this will be the new marketing section from what I've seen. So you will have the option to create sketches, which I'll be showing you in a second. And what that means by sketches is marketing material, flyers, and postcards, and so forth. So you will be able to save those here. KW will roll out a bunch of templates, so it'll be less work, I'd imagine. So those will be under KW Sketchbook here. That is not rolled out yet, so you can't see anything under there. But I have been playing around with the create a custom template, and this is pretty cool. So I just want to show you guys this. If you'd like to create custom pieces in here and feel like you've been limited with eEdge, you can create custom pieces here, create custom template. You can then select if you want email or web. So let's say I'll do email here. And then click Create Sketch. Again, just watch along with me. I'm just going to show you in general how it works, okay? So you will have the option here, so you'll see a bunch of different things that you can add to your piece on the right-hand side. So let's say I want to add my logo to the top first. All right, I see the option to add an image. All you need to do is click to drag it where you want it, which is cool. Okay, and so it gives you the option to add a photo. You can drag and drop the files here, click to upload it from your computer. I'm going to go ahead and add one in here, 1 second. All right, so let's say I add my logo in. Once I do, I can click on the logo to click the sides and drag to resize that. All right, so I have my logo added in now. So now let's say I would like to add some information. So I want to add, you know, the body, the text, and the title. So I can do that by clicking text section. Again, I'm just clicking and dragging over to where I want to add that. So let's say I want to say, Happy Holidays from Bass Properties team. And then I can write a whole blurb here about how we're so happy to help you in the upcoming year and so forth. Right? So you can absolutely do that here. You can also add sections by clicking to drag and drop. So I could add information here, add text here, and an image here, and so forth. So I know that's just a quick overview, but it is cool how you can click to drag and drop to pull information over to create templates. You can also import templates. So if we get that request a lot, if you have a template that you made, a flyer, and a whole nother piece of software, you can add that template in here, which was something you couldn't do in eEdge. And it does give you the option on the top left here to view it from computer view, a tablet, and also from a phone, so you can see what it'll look like from all devices when you're creating this. And you'll be able to send a test email and save it up here. Now, of course, that does look like a little bit more work, so they'll have templates for you to help you through that, so you don't have to put in as much work. But if you like to be creative and create your own templates, you now have the option to do that. So it's pretty cool from scratch. And that will be in the Sketchpad section. All right, and the very last thing we're going to cover in today's class, on the left-hand side, we have the KWLS, which is integrating in here. If you should be probably familiar with the KWLS or heard that term before. That is a Keller Williams listing service system, one of those. And that will show you all listings within KW, all your listings included. So you'll be able to see your listings here and click on those items to view all the details. So if I click on it, it shows me details, and I can of course see the details here. Okay, so that is the information that is syndicating out to all real estate websites, including Zillow and Trulia and all 350 plus other real estate websites out there. So that's the accurate information right here that you can check on, and this should automatically pull from the MLS for you in here, so you don't have to enter that in. This is another cool thing in here. It does give you the option to perform a listing search from within KW command. So if you give it a second to load there, we'll show you a map of your current area. And if you click on the area, this is a certain neighborhood. These are showing me neighborhoods actually, which is very neat. And if I click on that, it will zoom in and show me all the listings for sale in this neighborhood. So I can click on that and view the information from here. Okay. So just another way to search for listings right from KW command. Again, they're trying to centralize all of your tools right into this KW command and have Kelly help you through it as well. So I know that was a lot on the KW command side. There were a lot of items that they just recently rolled out, and I do realize that was a quick overview. We will keep you posted as soon as they give more information out on how these items will be working and how they'll be integrating with your KW technology. So keep checking in on the what's new with KW and SLM classes, and we will keep you posted on this. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We're happy to help you through all of this new stuff, old stuff, any questions that you might have. We're here to help. All right, guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope this class was helpful. Have a great rest of your day.